One of the number one questions we get is, when is my tree going to produce fruit? I'm going to plant this tree this year. When am I going to get results? Okay, peaches, plums, apricots, and nectarines, the stone fruits, generally 1 to 2 seasons. I believe on my peach tree here, I thought the one that I picked out had some fruit setting on it, but there's a lot of peaches out there that are 1.5 to 2 years old that already have small peaches on them this season. Okay, if you plant a peach tree this year, you will likely get a couple of peaches off of it. Next year is when you should start to see more fruit appearing, and then each year it will add to that over time. Okay. Apples and pears are going to be a little different. They're going to take a little bit longer. Generally 2 to 4 seasons before you really start getting some fruit production off of those. Our apple trees that we have planted at our house took about 3 years before we really started to get a fair amount of apples off of them. They're just a little slower. The fig trees, you'll probably get fruit off of them this season if you plant one today. Matter of fact, if you go out there right now, a lot of the fig trees are probably already setting fruit, and they're in a 5-gallon container. Most berries are going to produce either this year or next year. If you go out to where the blueberries are, you'll see that they are covered in blueberries right now. Okay, now that's the 3-gallon size. In the 1-gallon size, you may see a few berries on them, but the blueberries in the 3-gallon are loaded. The blackberries will also produce a handful of blackberries this year. Next year is when you'll really start seeing more production, though. Okay, pecan and nut trees. Got to have a little bit of patience. Pecans take a long time. Most of the nut trees take a long time, anywhere from 7 to 15 years, and that can vary significantly. We oftentimes get questions of, well, do you have a pecan tree that's, 5 years old, 7 years old? In some cases, we do have some older if you want to get a little bit of a head start, but most of our trees are going to be about 2 to 4 years old. Like I always tell everybody, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Citrus, 1 to 2 seasons. If you go into the greenhouse, you can already see that some of the lemons and limes are setting fruit right now. Those trees are 1.5 to 2 years old. You'll get a handful of fruit off of them next year. With our lemon tree that my wife planted several years ago, the first year, we got 5 or 10. The next year, we got 15 or 20. And by the 3rd or 4th season, we were getting 50 or more lemons off that tree every single year. Avocados are another one that's a little slower to start. They're going to generally be 2 to 4 seasons as well. Although we do have some pecans in this greenhouse here that are approximately 2 to 3 years old, and they actually did set fruit for the first time. It's the first time we've had them in the nursery where they set fruit. It was pretty neat.